Jenna and the Crazy Cat Lady.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah.
This is number 2. This is exciting.
Yes. Episode 2.
I can't believe it.
We're
People
doing it.
actually watched episode 1.
It was great. It was great. It was great. All right. So we have a lot of things.
This one's called Stray Random.
Yeah.
It's stray and random.
What does that say if this is our second one and we're already naming something stray random?
That's because I have no finished product. I mean, I'm almost finished with a lot of things, but nothing's finished. So, it's stray random.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, we're going to talk about some old finishes too, and finishes that my mom finished, not even me.
And it is freezing in the Midwest. And so I think everybody was shocked because we had put away winter and then it's freezing. So I had to pull back out my hat, my favorite hat. Every time I put it on, my husband goes, "Are you really going to wear that?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm really going to wear it with the big pom-pom on top."
Okay, so she's going to tell us about it.
So I had to pull out the pattern. The pattern is Zoe by Alexandra Davidoff. That's the pattern. I made 3 of these. I made one with mohair and cashmere for a co-worker, and I made one with mohair and cashmere for myself, but the mohair was just too hot. So I ended up giving it to her so she could be matchy-matchy with her teenager, which is hilarious because she says every time her teenager puts on her hat and comes out and she has on the hat too, she just rolls her eyes. But I think it's so cute. But this one here is Malabrigo. And then the big pom-pom, don't kill me. Hey, internet, do not kill me. Okay, it's real. It's real raccoon, but it's ethically sourced. It was a gift. And so I made a hat for my big ethically sourced raccoon pom-pom.
I love that the hat had to be made for the pom-pom.
Yes.
That seems reasonable to me.
It's big. You think that it looks big? It really is big.
Yeah.
It's outrageous, but it's fun.
I like it. I know. I busted out. This is my Nanook cardigan by Heidi Kirrmaier. And I knit this out of Cascade Eco Wool. I think I ended up using 3 of the really big balls of it. But I just love the really fun top of it, and it's cute. It kind of hangs open. I'm not going to stand up and show you.
You don't want to show the baby bump?
Oh.
Okay.
No, not today.
But it's nice.
It's nice. It's cozy. I got to make the sleeves really nice and long. It wears really well. It's a little like fuzzy, like rough, I guess. Like I usually wear a long sleeve t-shirt or long sleeves under it. I don't love it next to skin, but it's fine on my neck, just not on my arms. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, I hardly ever wear mine. I should bust it out. But I made 2. I made one for my mother-in-law. She loves it. She adores it.
It was a fun knit. It was fun. Okay, and then I got some socks on, but I'm not going to stand up and show you the baby bump, I'm not putting my foot up here either. So, okay. Are we just going to keep rolling with finishes?
Yes, we can keep rolling with finishes.
Okay. All right. So, latest finish, and I didn't talk about this last time because it wasn't a thing, but okay.
A bag is everything.
I was going to say, people talk about their bags on these things, and I don't do that. So I thought I would do it.
The bag is everything.
This is a bag. It's by Stitchin' on the Plaza, and I got it there's a little truck called the Yarn Over truck. Like it travels. Remember when it came here?
I did not see that bag. You better be happy you got it.
It has little dots on the inside, and I just like the little mousses.
I like the metallic in the plaid.
Plaid.
That white is metallic. That's everything.
Molly really likes it too. Okay, so I made when Molly was brand new born, I made her a tiny little CC beanie. And it was so cute on her little tiny baby head. So in preparation for this baby, since you know I'm gonna have one, and this one's gonna be bigger than Molly. This baby has to be bigger. So this baby has to cook longer. So I made one for this baby.
You already finished that?
I didn't. Well, they go so fast. It was like 72 stitches around, and I do a twisted rib. I just twist the knit stitches because I feel like you get the same bang for your buck.
Don't you get so much bang for your buck on that?
Yes, without having to do the annoying twisted the pearls. So it's not reversible, but that's okay. It's a baby hat.
I think on my Nanook, I think I did the twisted rib on the sleeve.
That would have been
because
the way
you just
to go.
get so much bang. Well, the half twisted rib. I'm not twisting the pearls.
No.
But you get so much bang for your buck on that.
Yeah. So I knit this one. This one was 64 stitches. This one was 72. Because like I said, Molly only cooked for 33 weeks. So this baby has to cook longer. It's just the way it is. And this is out of some Cascade Vintage. No, not Cascade. Berroco Vintage. And it is, I don't know the percentages, but it's a merino nylon blend. It's super washable, friendly, baby friendly. I made, pre my own baby, I made a lot of baby things out of this because like it's reasonable. I don't know, like $7-8 a hank for worsted.
You might have to make Molly one because she really likes yellow.
She requested one.
Yes, because that girl likes yellow.
She goes, match. So I started her one. This is 96 stitches. So she'll be matching. But yeah, I just like the yarn because it works washable. Of course you want to lay it flat to dry, but I mean, and they have all kinds of colors. So
that yellow's nice.
I like it. I like the yellow a lot. And it's from Stash.
Which we're trying to knit stash, trying to work through as much stash as possible, make room for new.
Yeah. Okay, and then one more finish that we talked about last time. Okay, so I'm going to preface this by saying sometimes in your knitting life, things come across like your internet feed and you're like, I really want to make that. But then like you look into your stash and like what you've made before and you're like, never made anything like this before. What am I going to do? I'm going to do it.
And you did it.
Yeah, so 2018 or 17, one of those, Jane Richmond published a pattern called, sorry for the crinkles, the West Coast cardigan. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna knit that. I'm gonna knit it. But hers, the background color, the main color was gray, and then the color work was all done in this forest green. And then she's made it all out of, well, I'll show it to you, but it's a little crinkly. It's Briggs and Little Country Roving, and it's like essentially 5 strands of like this pencil roving. Oh, come on now. 5 strands that is just held together. It's not twisted together or anything. So it's kind of delicate to work with, but like once you knit it into something, it's fine. But it's also like super sheepy, super woolly, and like just very fun. So this yarn shop in Wisconsin, I don't know, Firefly Fibers, I think, had ordered a bunch of this stuff and was going to do a knit along. I was like, yes, I'm doing this. I ordered it for myself for my birthday in 2017, January. I didn't cast it on until like October maybe of that year. And then it lived, like I did the the shoulders, I separated for the sleeves. I did all the whole body. I knit the ribbing, and then it sat in timeout for like 3 years.
Why did you time it out?
4 years. I got real intimidated by the sleeves because it's color work on the sleeves. So anyway.
Once you picked it back up.
Super fast.
So
I knit one of the sleeves. The stuff was coming out weird. Like my color work was too tight. So I pulled it out and re-knit both sleeves, or one sleeve. And then did the cuffs. The collar was another thing. But okay, you're like, just show us the stupid thing. Okay.
It's so nice.
I'll show you the back because it looks cooler.
It's so nice.
But it's huge. Like, I mean, huge in a good way. It's like,
it is huge in a good way.
It's basically a winter coat.
It's like a jacket.
It's so cozy. But her original pattern called for a zipper. I just finished this like beginning of this year, and I'm pregnant, and I was like, I'm not putting a zipper in this.
No.
So, and like, I'm just not into that. I really wanted it to be like, I wanted like a
Look at those pretty floats.
Yeah. That's why it's so warm.
That's
you have
why
like,
it's like
double.
Yes.
Double. It's like
Look at
10
that beautiful
strands.
collar.
Yeah, so the collar I ended up picking up and re-knitting a few different times. Because like I knit the collar like the pattern called for, and it was cool, but it wasn't going to flow into the button bands. And so I pulled it back out, and then I picked up to do button bands. I didn't pick up the right number of stitches. Long story short, I figured it out. I did one, like one pickup to every stitch. Girl.
We got for real.
I knit the pockets and sewed them on.
Adult pockets. Look at that.
Yeah.
For real pockets.
Yeah.
These are like the for real deal.
They're awesome.
They're not like little
they're
patches
not fake ones,
that you just hurry up and put a. I mean, you got real interior pockets.
I knit those, yeah.
I'm proud of you.
So it's a beautiful thing. I was going to wear it, but it's real hot. Like my house is, I don't know, 65, 68 degrees right now. And it's really cold outside. I'd probably wear this outside. But no. So I used every ounce of the green I had to make the button band and the collar. I still have some gray left over, but whatever. But the collar I ended up using from, I think I kind of just used the numbers from the Andrea Mowry So Faded Cardi. I've never knit the pattern. I own the pattern. Like I bought the pattern and I want to knit it eventually, but I was like, what has a picked up and knit collar that would give me like an idea of what to do? And so I just kind of generally followed her stuff. I had to change her numbers.
We'll have to talk about that pattern. Maybe I'll do it if you can knit it in the round. You said the collar's a pick up and knit, so you could just go ahead and steek it.
You could probably steek it.
Maybe.
Because, yeah, you go back and pick up the collar and, like, fade that in from what I was reading. But I just really wanted to know, like, what kind of her short row sequence was so I could get enough oomph back here, like the original sweater, but still have some button bands. And so it wears real cute. I think I'm going to get some of those, like, little toggles,
nice,
like a loop toggles. And then, like, the toggle,
That would be nice.
I think it'd be really cozy.
Okay. Oh, great.
So that's it.
Over.
Okay.
Let me scooch over.
She's coming back in the frame.
I'm coming back.
Okay, those are my finishes.
So, hey, now you can put it away for winter,
for
summer. Put it away for the winter or what? Put it away.
I'm going to wear it today because it's 20 degrees outside. That's cold.
Which was, I hadn't thought about that. Putting away your knits. You're supposed to, wash them and put them away. But I always struggle with what are some natural ways to keep moths from coming to visit. I've heard so many different solutions.
Send us your solutions in the comments.
I've heard bay leaf. I've heard cloves. I've heard lavender.
I don't want my stuff
work,
to smell like mothballs.
But when you take it out, it smells like somebody's attic or something.
No, I think there's got to be a better way. So
it's got to be.
If you watch this.
If you watch it and you know
and
some
you
natural ways to retard moths, tell us now so that we can get ready for putting our knits away. Buy some bay leaves or whatever. I don't know. It's a good one.
Yeah. That's put it in the comments.
What
we
else
love
you
that.
got over there?
Okay. So other things. Okay, so I talked a lot last time about my mom.
Yes.
And her knitting. And
we're trying to get her to come and visit.
We're gonna get her on.
She's
just not ready. She's just not ready yet, but she will be. So anyway, I wanted to show this is what sparked the bobble hat resurgence. My mom found that she had this pattern in her stash, the Alpaca Cow for Rhinebeck by Deb Jackalow. Anyway, my mom pulls it out the other day, and she is in this place where she is like you see my stash, like imagine that, but more.
Yes, your mom has lots of stash.
She does, and
it's lovely.
It's gorgeous. She has this entertainment center that used to be in our living room when I was a child.
Nobody has time for entertainment centers anymore.
She has repurposed it into
good yarn storage. It's like going into a store. It is.
It's all lined out. Like the part where you had the things that rolled open for your TV. That's just yarn and the drawers and anyway.
See, all you need is a cup of coffee and open it up, and you can sit there. You got all the entertainment you need. Yes. Just look at the stash.
Yes. So she was like, I really want to knit this. So she did, and it's adorable. It has, look, it's the same little shape of our bobble, but you get a little alpaca in there. And this was a free pattern the gal wrote, I think around the same time as
that's adorable.
Donna Smith for the bobble hat. So it was just cute that she added in that
little alpaca.
And it's nice because you're already doing that color work. You not like you're carrying extra. I think she said the challenging part was the one brown.
That one little brown way up there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think
that's so cute.
She's so funny. She just
so your mom wore her cowl. Molly saw it. And so then that meant you had to make Molly a sheep hat.
Yes, my mom came over and pressured me into making a sheep hat. She's like, you have a kit.
And then since you had a sheep hat and she had a sheep hat, then your husband needed a sheep hat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then after this baby arrives, we can determine.
We can make, yes.
Have another one. Okay, so Jimmy finished number 1, Alpaca Cow. Okay, the next thing Jimmy has finished, we're not talking about that.
Jimmy has been, she has been knitting up a storm, has she not?
She's just been on a lot of her, she likes to start a lot of things, and so do I. I do. Right now I'm in a weird place where literally I have 3 things on the needles, and that's not normal for me. Usually I have 6 or 7 things just kind of floating around. I'm like, oh, let me try this. And just do a little bit here. This one, she's like, let me just do 1.
Right. I'm in a weird place too, because I have 3 things on the needle, but I got to get them done.
Yeah. So 3 is weird for both of us, just not in the same way. So my mom had some stuff, so she did that. But she also, once she gets an itch, she just does it. She's like, okay.
Well, she said today that we're stashing down. She's trying to knit through the whips.
Yeah.
So she's enjoying pulling them out, going, oh.
Yeah. Sister has a lot of whips. So, but a lot of them are in places where, they just really need, about a week of TLC, and they're done. So, here's the next thing. Oh, I want to talk about that when we talk about socks. You bring socks?
I got the same pair.
Okay, good. Well, we'll talk about that. Okay. So the next thing, my mom, I liked to make this pattern. I've made this pattern several times for people who have babies or who are going to have babies. I have not made this for my own baby. That's okay. It's called Short Notice. It's by Taiga Hilliard.
Taiga Hilliard Designs.
Yes. Love this pattern. It's free on Ravelry. It's super fast. I usually don't knit it.
Is it in the round?
You can, so it's back and forth. because they have the buttons that go all the way down, but not patient. So I usually just knit it to here with the button, so the button flap can be open, you know, for babies' big heads.
Right.
And then I join it under the underarms and knit the body in the round.
Okay.
So that's what my mom decided to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
super fun.
And
it goes super fast. And like it calls for a US size 9, so 5.5 millimeter and a chunky yarn.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do it in like a thinner yarn and a smaller needle, and just size up. She's got 1, 2, 3, several sizes from newborn to 4 to 6 years. So, anyway, so my
very
mom,
size inclusive for the little people.
yes, for the bubs. My mom knit this for Molly. It is adorable.
It's so adorable. Hey, I love that she did it out of this.
Yeah.
This is a Premier Bloom Chunky.
And it self-stripes into those little flowers.
Coming in as a number 5 bulky.
Yeah, so I think...
I wonder how budget-friendly this is.
I want to say that it is.
It's a Premier. Premier is usually good on the budget.
Yeah. I want to say that I don't know where she found it, but she bought a lot of it because like it's adorable. It does the flower striping on its own. Like so you get these cute little stripes and then the little flower motif. It's adorable. So she was knitting, she saw a baby blanket knit in it. And so she started a baby blanket. My mom is very much like I see that, I want to knit that.
Yes, she is.
And then
if you got a kit, she's on it.
She's on it. And then we were talking, I guess she started this about a year ago. We were talking about sweaters for Molly. And I was like, it'd be really cute if you did a sweater out of this. And she's like, you think I could do that? Yes. Yes, you could do it. And so she did. So she finished this the other day. Molly's worn it a couple times. It's adorable. She loves it. Molly loves it. She puts it on and she's like, sweater? And like, I just washed it, which is why it's out. And she saw it on the table. She's like, sweater that grandma made? Grandma made? Sweater? It's adorable.
Let's just talk about Molly for a moment.
She's so cute.
Molly, I just don't know what happened, but she's just exploding with vocabulary and numbers. It's just like, I guess, all of your time and energy putting it in, and now it's just exploding out. She's going to be an astronaut. She's going to be doing quadratic equations next week.
Oh my God.
It's just amazing.
She surprises me every day. Every day. And I know like moms of children, people who have kids, you know this, you know, but it's wild to me. Cause like she turned 2. So I said this earlier, Molly was 7 weeks premature when I delivered her. She spent some time in the NICU, mostly just to like learn how to eat and grow. Like, cause she was, you know, she was just little. She was just little. She couldn't really eat on her own. So she spent about a month in the NICU learning how to eat. And then she came home, and so like they always tell you, oh, you know, babies could be behind, you know, for this. If your baby hasn't caught up to other kids milestone-wise by the time they're 2, then, you know, you could be worried, right? She's always been within the range. She's not at the front of whatever the milestones are that people, you know, the doctors ask you and stuff, but like, so anyway, she turned 2, and she had some words, and a lot of people kept saying like, oh, you know, they're just going to explode between 18 and 24 months is when their vocabulary explodes. Well, we kept waiting. And
I didn't know that.
We kept waiting. And, well, I don't think it's something you would know in the world if you didn't, right?
But she's exploding.
So like, literally she turned 2, and like within the weeks, a couple weeks following, her like just pew, every little thing. She just had something to say about everything. And then, yeah, she's almost 2.5. Recently, she's like putting sentences and stuff together and counting and just having a great time. Just having a great time.
I'm having fun with her too.
Korey is decorating.
Oh, this little dollar store tablet that I bought for my 2023 knit book came with some stickers. So I'm just sticking them on here while we talk.
Yes.
I'm sticking all the shoes on here. I thought that was a black cat, but it's a black shoe.
Okay, another Jimmy finish. Okay.
Thank God for Jimmy.
I know.
Or we wouldn't have anything to show.
Oh, like we could go back through. You give a lot of your knits away.
I give
so
all my
you
stuff away.
can't.
I don't have anything.
But I can go back through and be like, oh, I knit
But
this
I'm gonna
in.
change. I'm gonna stop. I was having hot flashes. I couldn't wear knits, but I'm kind of getting past the hot flashes, so I'm gonna start keeping my stuff.
As you should. You spend too much time doing this. Okay. So my mom also, she lived in South Louisiana. She learned how to knit, I guess, like early 2009, maybe 2008. I don't know. There was a shop that had opened up not far from where I grew up called McNeedles. We mentioned it last time. It's since closed, which is a bummer. It was a super cute shop. Anyway, the gal who owned it, Pam, just like brought in like some really fun, different yarns and needles and patterns and stuff that you really wouldn't see in the South. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not really knit. She wasn't really knitting like sweaters, because like you just can't wear them. You can't wear them down there.
I'm surprised that South Louisiana has as many knit options in terms of yarn that they have, because it's just hot down there. I don't even know why they had wool at all.
I know. I know. Yeah. So anyway, like Pam carried Classic Elite Yarns. It's like just a workhorse brand. And she had this yarn. It was called Portland Tweed. I don't have any of the yarn left. I can show you the label. You know, it is 50% virgin wool, 25% alpaca, 25% viscose. Ooh, that's where that little fuzz is coming from. Is that alpaca? I didn't know that. It is a worsted weight. It's like 4.5 stitches to the inch on a size 7, a US size 7, 4.5 millimeter. Anyway, so back in 2010, when Jared Flood started doing his thing, you know, Brooklyn Tweed, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had this really cool pattern come out called the Habitat Hat.
Is that a Brooklyn Tweed hat?
It is. It's a Brooklyn Tweed pattern. It's by him, Jared Flood. But it's just really neat because there it is again. The mom of a 2-year-old. It's neat because the cables are literally...
They're beautiful.
And like, they're not like contained. Like the cables literally wind all over this hat, but in the coolest kind of way. So anyway, so she knit the hat out of the Portland Tweed, like I said. But like, look at this. We gave it a bath the other day, and her cables just like...
They're beautiful.
Came alive. But here's the coolest part. This is the part that I like the most. Look at that. They go all the way up to the crown.
Oh, he did a lovely job on that crown. I might have to knit that hat.
Girl, it is not like an intuitive cable pattern either. Because like...
Let me write that one.
This stuff is just traveling. Like, it's like, it looks all like it's going to play all nice. Like, look, oh, I'm playing nice. I'm a nice little cable. And then it goes, bam, I'm going over here. And I'm going over here. And I'm not doing this. And I'm doing that. And it does. It just goes everywhere.
I may have to do that. Habitat.
Yeah, but it's in a tweed. Like, our local shop down here doesn't carry Classic Elite yarns. But, you know, she carries Cascade and a few others. I'm sure we could find a tweed that we liked. I am slightly intimidated by the amount of cables and attention that this would require.
I need to get back on it.
She loves cables.
I love cables. I love hats.
This would be a perfect marriage. I guess the main thing my mom did was she made the brim twice as long because she likes to be able to... I don't
blame her. I think I would have done that too.
She likes to double them.
I like her. I like what she did here. To me, that just looks a little short. When you live where it's actually cold, sometimes you want to roll that up protect the top of those ears, especially when you have big elephant ears like them.
Oh,
I got
hush.
my elephant ears.
They're not elephant ears.
Ooh, girl, yes they are.
Okay, so those are my mom finishes. Okay.
Go, Jimmy.
Yeah, I've got a couple pairs of socks here that she's really excited about too. So I'll just show them to you. They're just basic top down. Look how cute.
She did do it. I love this one here. I think this is a Regia color. I love this colorway.
Yes.
But Jimmy's just been on a finishing roll. She's been on a pick it up, knit the thing.
It's the Regia Perfect. I think she got this maybe at Meyer's house before they closed.
And she's been just knitting it. Knit that.
And then the other one, we cannot find the label for this. Viewer challenge number 2. If you know what this is,
let us know.
let us know. My inkling is it's like a Regia or what's that other one? I'll probably have some up there.
She said she thinks you have some of that before she left today.
Of course she did.
Yeah, she said that.
We tried to convince her to stay. She's like, I'm gonna go get some lunch.
Yeah, I gotta go do some running around.
Yeah, okay, sure, Grandma. Anyway, so those are those. Oh, these are my mustache socks that I talked about last time. That I knit myself. They're clean. This
Those
is
are
the
so cute.
Korey bought me this on her
Those are adorable. I just love that colorway for some reason. I don't know why.
on your trip, your DF
yeah.
Dallas Fort Worth Fiber
Yep.
Fest. But it's mustache, her perfect sock or whatever, it's one of the OCD packs. This, I will say, is probably one of the only pairs I own that actually match. Because unless like the dyer's gonna like separate it out for me and like do it,
you ain't gonna do it?
I don't care. I don't care. But anyway, this one I think is called like Orchard, and it's like apples, oranges, lemons, limes.
Oh,
Right?
Okay.
But
See, now that makes sense.
my volleyball girls saw me finishing these, and they're like, it kind of looks like Thanksgiving, like a turkey. And so, and
you know how they used to do the hand turkeys in
grade school?
Yeah, that does kind of look like
Molly thinks they look like a turkey too, and I don't know. Anyway, okay, next viewer challenge. So I do mine 2 at a time, and I thought this would have blocked out by now. You see that?
I don't do 2 at a time.
I know. I know, but I mean, it is just socks, and they are for me, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, I don't.
But
do
you
2
can
at a
see
time.
it on both pairs. You can see.
It looks like a design feature.
Sure, it's a design element.
Yes.
Love that. Okay. All right. And then, like, we had talked last time about socks, like heel flap and gusset, and then I like a wedge toe. I will say, I have knit a pair not with a wedge toe. And these are them. And, like, there are some things about these.
Did you do that round toe thing?
I did. Look at that.
Where's the book?
Okay, it's over there. Yeah. She's going to get the book. But I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to tell you why it is not for me. Because it's round. And, like, my toes don't come to a round point like this.
Stop making me laugh. I'm like, now that you mentioned it, nobody's toes come all round. I have no idea what you did with the book.
It's over there.
Give it to your mom.
No, it's over there. It's in one of those, like, plastic sleeve things. Yeah. She put it in a plastic sleeve to protect
There
it.
it is. Well, yeah, because I have bad cat. My cats are bad.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you frog the Tigna?
Yeah. That yarn's over there somewhere, too. That's all right.
I like how you put it all together, though. Just in case, for the future, you might come back to
I
it.
might. One day when I wear crop tops, I'll come back.
Okay, so we talked about is sock architecture and is Lara, L-A-R-A, Neal. We talked about it.
Yes. But, like, the round toe, so it just doesn't, and, like, if I wear them for too long, I feel it, like, it feels weird on my toes, so I don't. The other thing is, like, I knit these on a size 0, so that it's, like, steel wool. Like, look how tight that is.
That is tight.
Yeah. So, like, they wear like iron. And, like, I had this cool slip stitch design.
But she's got every kind of toe you can think of. Sideways toe, round toe, wide toe. The thing is that if you need to adjust your sock for the person's foot, she even tells you how to do that. How to make a wedge toe in different sizes, and it's cool. But like
the gusseted afterthought heel.
There it is. I told you. That's why I bought the book, because I wanted to actually, you know what? I might do that on vacation. I may actually sit down and figure that out.
Of course you are.
Vacation.
Of course you are.
I got vacation coming up. That'll be a good vacation project. See, we're doing it.
Okay, whips. I've been talking for a while.
Got the same thing going on.
Well, the people want to see it.
The same old thing. We're gonna have to get some.
You did not talk about this last time.
We're gonna have to get some progress markers so you can show people the progress.
People talk about their stitch markers too.
Okay.
I don't do that.
We talked about this. This is a sample knit for the local knit shop, and we even went so far as to look for a pattern designer, but it isn't.
I put it in the show notes
Malabrigo.
last night. I'm gonna tell you her name.
Oh, you found it,
girl.
Okay.
Her name is.
No, you find it. So here it is. Here's the cowl. I'm almost finished. It's supposed to be 12 inches. I wonder how much I have so far. We'll see.
I put her name in the show notes last time. It's like Yulina.
But I was so stressed out and worried about running out of yarn. I might make it. I'm getting close. I was so stressed out and worried about running out of yarn that, you know, the shop owner, Heather Swan, gave me another ball of yarn when we were at midnight. I was so afraid I was going to run out of yarn before I finished all of the repeats. And who knows? I might squeak it out. I might squeak it out.
She's not squeaking this out. She thinks she is. She's not. We also looked it up on Ravelry, and several other folks said they ran out of yarn. Which is kind of it's a bummer. That's not going to make it 10 more rows.
Okay, well, Heather was so nice as to give me another.
Oh, yeah. She wound it up, and it was giving her a hard time, too. We felt bad.
I know.
But, okay, like, look at this, though. Look.
But let me say, the pattern, I like the pattern a lot because it becomes kind of intuitive. Once you get a couple of rows into the particular repeat, you know what you're going to be doing next as you come up on it. So I like that. So you definitely can get on a roll and get going, and it moves along quickly.
Yeah. You're doing a nice job. It's in Malabrigo Arroyo.
It feels really great. I can't wait to block it. I'll have it finished. We'll probably have to insert a pattern
Look at her
picture.
little guy. Look at it.
Oh.
I'm not inserting anything, sister. We will post it on Instagram.
There
or
you
I will
go.
put a link in the show notes. We are not.
There we
video
go.
editing skills on this girl is just like, oh, I figured out how to put some intro music and a slide that says
what we
episode
need to do?
1.
We need to get us a teenager.
I don't know where to find them.
We gotta find us a teenager or a young
somebody
person.
who wants to do a community service.
Right.
for the knitting community.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm pretty excited.
I know this is not your color, but I like how rich it is.
It is
such
rich.
a rich.
But Malabrigo colors always have a depth, and
Mm-hmm.
there's something about the Malabrigo, the way they dye.
Even this solid, like this is a like a solid, but it's kind of like a tonal.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Yeah, I do like stitch markers. What can I say?
Did you make that one?
No.
Well, where'd you find that?
I was gifted this when I was at the Dallas-Fort Worth Fiber Festival. They had the stitch marker exchange, and the first time I went, I didn't, I was out of town on business. I didn't know anything about it. But the lady, she was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Here, take one anyway."
Of course. Of course.
So
well, because Corey's the nicest person. Why would you not give her a stitch marker?
Right. And so it just makes me happy.
Oh, how funny.
I love stitch markers.
Speaking of stitch markers, I'll show you my favorite stitch marker. And I have like 4 or 5 of them. And I use it anytime that I possibly can.
Are you going to pull out your sheep? I have a sheep. I knit a sheep. I mean, I crocheted a sheep.
I know. I have a couple that you guys crocheted me. Okay, well, things got a little wild, but look.
And then I have
It's my favorite one. It's just a little crochet
He's so
cute. He makes me so happy. And, like, Corey's made some stitch markers, and I have some, too. But, like, I just find myself going back to those.
Let me tell you, you know, yeah. But, you know, when Alice came up to me at Knit Night last week and said that she thinks of me all the time because I gave out stitch markers. See, look at that little sheepy. Isn't he cute?
He's cute.
That I gave out stitch markers. My favorite stitch markers are just the jump rings with a bead. And I gave out stitch markers at the guild meeting when we went through our favorite things. And I was saying that was my favorite type of stitch marker. But I made them for everybody at the guild because, you know, my favorite knit item thing is my knitting friend. So I gave all my friends stitch markers. And she was saying that she's working on a pattern that has this repeat. And she used my stitch markers. She's like, so every time I come to it, I think of my knitting friend. I was like, oh, I almost wanted to cry. That's so silly.
Oh, it's nice though. It's nice.
Works in progress. Okay, so update on the Felix. Thank you for the comments on buttons, places to get buttons.
Yes, Jenny. Thank you.
I appreciate it. I think I found the buttons. See here, my problem was I had these lovely buttons, but they're too heavy. They're pulling it down. They're drooping. The big box store, don't kill me, people, had these very strange natural like buttons. And they had them on sale, like buy 3, get 3 or 2. So I bought all they had. So I think I'm going to try and see how that'll work.
Blumenthal Lansing. Oh, that must be the company. I don't know.
So I'm going to try these.
They're 1-inch buttons.
They're much lighter. You can definitely feel. I think they're made out of some type
almost
of,
like cork.
I think
or
they're
wood.
Like. Yeah, I don't know. They were like over in the naturals. So I think they're made out of coconut shell or something.
Ooh, fun.
So watch out for the nut allergies. Is a coconut a nut? So I bought those. I'm going to try these. I couldn't remember at the time when I was in there if it was 6. Yeah, it's 6. So there you go. I bought a lot.
Well, you don't want to get home and not have enough and then really like them. And you go back to get them and they're all gone.
I have a lighter brown that's of this Lion brand fisherman wool that I'm going to make my sister a Felix out of. Now,
that's worsted weight?
Yes. And it is the Felix cardigan. However, I think it's knit back and forth. But remember, I was like, no. Don't have time for back and forth. We're just going to keep going around and we'll steek it.
Yeah, so this time when she steeks it, we'll make her do it on camera.
So, yeah, I will definitely do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get those buttons changed out on that. And of course, look, I've been carrying around a little thread and a little...
Because she's going to change them out. She's going to do it.
So I will get that done and changed out. And then because they had them on sale, remember, I did the black cat hats.
Oh, okay, so Korey bought, I'm not going to tell you why. It's not important. It's not important. Korey bought a knitting machine, which is, I think it's like 48 stitches. Yeah. It's the, what's the Centro, S-E-N-T-R-O knitting machine, and
it works out perfectly.
Yeah, you can get them for like $60 on Amazon.
And they're fun.
They are fun. They are fun. My mom saw Korey with hers. Bought one.
I think they're
I was like, I'll split it with you. Because it's fun, like, because you can just...
yeah, I've knit a cow. I mean, you can knock out a hat. Well, I had these sparkly buttons, which I couldn't find. I found them right after I bought these.
Well, you know that's how it works, right?
Right. So they had, once again, the big box store had buttons on sale, so I bought these. Now, the purpose is, as I did the black cat, and I put the little...
As eyes.
That's the little nose.
Oh,
And then I put the little
nose.
whiskers.
Oh.
If I had a phone, I would show you.
You know what?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
And I'll find the phone.
So anyway, she got like black yarn and cranked these tubes, cinched them up. Did you put ears on them?
Yes, I did the tops so that they would be ears.
Yes. And then like you fold it up and like you don't put any eyes. You just put the little nose and the whiskers. Oh, they're so darling.
And my non-knitting friend told me, out of everything that I had done, she's like, out of everything you've ever done, even the stuff you made me, she's like, that right there is super cute. And she's like, you have to make more for the kids. I didn't like it with the eyes.
Yeah.
But there, we're going to put it up and hope it works.
Ew. Oh.
Okay. So there it is. And then I did the little ears, and I put some little beads that I had on the ears. And I folded it up and put the button right there. And then I just did some little white yarn for the whiskers. And when you put it on, I just thought it'd be cute for a kid's hat for, you know, little kid. And she agreed that she thought that was so stinking cute. So big box store, I got all the buttons while they had them, because I figured they were stocked up on buttons because they were having a button sale.
Of course.
So that I can just crank over the summer and be ready for the fall with all my hats.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
I think it's worth the money to
I
crank
think
them.
so. Because like for the time spent and like, and they're warm, they're cute. Okay, so I was knitting on, here's my 2 at a time socks. My little mistletoe kisses, the turtle pearl yarns.
You don't accidentally just keep going across to
No,
the
I
next
don't just
side?
keep going. When you drop yarn, you keep going.
I would mess that up. I would keep knitting and I would have a crazy sock.
Y'all, she's so cute. Look what she does on her labels. I'll show you so then you don't have to guess what the stripe sequence is. Anyway, like I said last time, I found the labels in my purse. Turtle Pearl Yarns. She just did an update the other day. I saw it on Instagram. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 450 yards, 100 grams. But look, she photographs the stripe sequence.
That is super
so you don't have
cute.
to guess. Like, it's fun. Like, no, if I was fine to guess. Because, like, I like it because it's a little different. You know, it's not just the same size stripes.
I like knowing what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I must admit, I do.
So I worked on these a little bit. You know, because it's just rounded round in a circle. Okay.
I was looking for
That's 2 out of my 3 whips.
for my one little acquisition. You know what? I'm going to need to learn how to do this better. That's all there is to it.
We're getting better. I told you that we can't be judged until like the 5th show.
Okay.
Remember we put
Good
that
deal.
out there. What's your next lip? You got socks.
Oh,
right?
I have the same socks. I have not done
Show
any
me.
stitches on them. And they're
Really?
the same. I have not done a thing. I've been working on the cowl because I wanted to get that finished by the end of the month. So yeah, they're the same old, same old. Here's my other work in progress is I bought a new book for 2023 and I just sat here and put stickers on it from the dollar store. No big deal. New book. But we were talking. So while we were talking, I wrote down in my to knit section things that I might want to knit. So this would be my 2023 book, and I'll write down my projects, my socks, because one day I'm gonna put them all on Ravelry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she will.
But I was looking for them at the acquisition. I lost it. I don't know what I did with it. I showed my husband. You know the little labels.
Oh, I know where mine is. You can show mine.
Okay, great. The other thing I bought, which I'm pretty excited, this is going to be my next. 2 identical socks. It's Lanes du Nord paint sock. Okay. That's going to be my next cast on. I'm really excited to see what that turns out to be. Here's a little bit of the striping sequence. So I'm pretty excited to see what that's going to be. And of course, I purchased that from Yarn.com. We talk about the shop all the time. We call it The Shop. She should have named it The Shop.
The Shop, I know.
But it's Yarn.com.
Oh, here they are. Okay, here's your acquisition.
Okay, and we bought these.
Oh, wait, time out. Time out. Oh, okay, it's fine. We're still PG. Go ahead.
Okay. They're sewing labels. It's stitched together, sewing labels. And the little label says, "This took effing forever. Hand wash or I will cut you." Is that adorable or what? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I do too. Okay.
See, I don't have any. That's it for acquisitions.
I know.
Because we're stashing down.
We are. You see that up there? Is it getting? Does it look like it's getting less?
Yeah, we're
You don't have to
down.
answer that because when I dug that ball out to make the hat, it came out of a bag of ends.
But guess what? I'm stashing down because I have yarn that I need to use. I bought it. I love it. I need to knit it up. But I still can buy notions.
This girl. Oh, we're going to have... Okay. Our friend Tammy was telling us we should do a favorites episode. Maybe episode 3 will be episode... We'll
It'll
call
be
it
all my notions.
favorite. And we can talk about our favorite things.
It'll be... I like notions.
I'll make a note. Favorites.
So did you put a progress keeper on your sweater over there?
Okay, no, but you'll be able to tell what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so I am knitting Winter's Beach Cardi by Andrea Mowry. I'm using Madeline Tosh DK in the Silver Linings colorway. Okay, I think last time we spoke, I was like working on the body, right? And I went ahead and finished 2 pattern repeats of the cables.
I think I get it now.
Okay.
The colorway. Because I kept wondering why it was silver linings, but now that you knit it up, I see this is silver.
Silver, yeah. I love gray. You wouldn't know that by looking behind me. You see a lot of yellow in there.
Yeah, you like yellow.
I like yellow too. Okay. So the next thing that I was supposed to do is she has you like for one of the fronts, like you cast on a few more stitches over here and then you continue the one cable panel up and it's gonna go up over the shoulder. In the front, and then then you'll come back and pick up the sleeve stitches, then you'll knit the back up and you'll come and knit the other shoulder up and over. So it's really kind of neat how in the pattern this cable just like goes over the shoulder and it meets the other cable at the top. Okay, so I'm like, where am I at?
Wait, I'm trying to try it on.
She is. It looks good.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm almost through one repeat of the cable, or one pattern repeat of the cable. I think I'll probably end up having to do 2.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll probably measure it after this. I don't know. I'm still alternating skeins because I don't want to end up with a pooling mess after all this is done. I don't know that I will because like I bought all the yarn at the same time, except I did go back and have to order 2 more skeins because I bought everything Heather had in November, which was 6 skeins. And then I was like, I'm going to knit a cable sweater out of this. And I'm tall. So
it's safer to alternate than to not alternate and then find out it pooled.
Yeah.
Because then you're just so deflated.
I would be so sad.
Right.
And then I would probably still wear it though because, you know, you do all that work. So, but it's not that big of a deal to alternate on the skeins because like literally I just knit a row, come back, pick up the next one, knit a row, come back, pick pick up the next one.
That's
yeah.
nice. That's very nice.
It's coming right along.
I need to get going on mine.
I know.
I got 2 rows somewhere.
Hey, that's good. 2 rows. That's
somewhere.
positive.
Mm.
That's positive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe by next time it's cold, at the end of next year.
You're gonna have this done in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so she's doing her March to May knit along. Andrew Mowry. Okay, the prizes are cool.
What are we fading?
Well, this is it. I entered this.
Oh,
Because like you could enter whips, and I was like, okay, who else lets you enter whips and knit along?
Oh, she has prizes?
Yeah, girl, there's like 7 prizes, and that's some nice stuff.
Mm.
So, and I know everybody and their grandma's in this knit along anyway, so it's like I'm not gonna win, but if I go into it thinking I'm not gonna win,
you won things in the past.
But if I think I'm not going to win, then maybe if I do win, it'd be great.
It would be.
So I'm just putting it out in the universe. I don't expect to win, but it'd be cool if it happened.
But now that you've done this stockinette panel, I get the colorway.
Yeah.
Because before I kept looking, I'm like, what's in the way? I see brown.
Yeah, you're like, there's brown, there's gold, there's
right.
white.
But now that you did this stock, and this was this the panel that's supposed to be moss stitch?
Yeah, everything in here that's stockinette should have been moss stitch.
Okay, I like that. I like that stockinette.
I think.
Except for we need to put a marker right there.
Sad day. Rescue stitch. Rescue stitch.
See, look, we have a teaching moment right here. I don't know, where did it go?
Right there.
Right there.
We're gonna
she's gonna put a little
locking
marker,
stitch marker in it, and then whenever I get to it, when I get to the back again, at least it's in the
pick that puppy up.
I'm gonna pick it up and pull it all the way back up. I wonder how I didn't know that. Because I don't count. I don't care.
She don't give you no numbers to count.
Well, you could have counted these. But it's the stockinette. Why would I count stockinette, right?
Well, she don't give you no numbers.
Korey's...
You have to come up with your own number.
Actually...
Did she give you some numbers?
I think so.
Did you have anything else over there? You got that yarn hanging out. What's that yarn hanging out? That brownie? This? Yeah, what are we doing with that?
Okay, that we're going to talk about deep stash, but we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, you acquired things. I did not acquire anything. So I was going to talk about deep stash.
Oh, okay.
But we also have, we'll talk about deep stash first, and then we'll talk about the class that we're thinking about. Well, okay, we're not thinking about taking. We already signed up.
We signed up for it. So we're taking the class.
Oh, this is in my super fun bag. Look, it is a unicorn barfing kitty cats onto a little girl. Like, how funny is that? I got this from Honey Girl Farms.
I think her friend does the screen print and does the original artwork. And
but she's a Missouri dyer.
And mine is. Yes. I got 99 problems, but a stitch ain't one.
So, like, I don't know. When was this? Like 2015
or 16? It
wasn't
at the Strange Folk Festival?
Yes. The Strange Folk Festival had been relocated to St. Louis. It was over in Illinois. And they moved it over to St. Louis to, like, Carondelet Park. Okay. Listen, I am not from St. Louis. I am from Louisiana. Whenever you say things like Carondelet, people down there punch you in the face. They go, you're not from here. But when you come up here and you say things like Carondelet, they look at you and they go, I'm going to punch you in the face. You're not from here.
But it's so funny how they are about Carondelet here, right?
It's Carondelet.
Okay, like, but then they say, they laugh at people's chateau. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what?
The one I got murdered over. Okay, Lemay, Ferry Road, right?
Oh,
okay. I'm in St. Louis, French. This is supposed to be a French place. I grew up near New Orleans. Tons of French stuff, right? Like, I lived next to Lake Pontchartrain. Do you know how many T's are in there? Several. Right. You only hear one. We lived on the Tchefuncte River. That starts with a T too. Do you even know? No, you don't even know that. Okay. Like, so I got here and I'm like, oh yeah, Carondelet. They're like, And then I said, I said, LeMay Ferry Road, and they were like,
"It's Lee May."
You mean Lee May? I was like,
but then
clearly I do. Clearly I mean Lee May. So like from now on, I'm like spelling. I spell things out. I'm like, can y'all just go ahead and tell me?
But it's funny when people aren't my cousin's a truck driver, and he says when truck drivers come from out of town, they say Choctaw, and he's like, that's Chateau. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, well, especially like with how big, like.
So we go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know?
But like in the sports world, like like LSU, right? You see all these kids with their Cajun names on the back of their shirts, and they end in EAU and EAUX and all that stuff. And I'm like, people in the world have to know that that's an O sound. But no, like you remove it from that context and people are like.
Well, Laclede, I've heard people say Laclede. What?
Laclede?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I was afraid for a long time to say Tesson because I was like.
You want to ask people, how are y'all pronouncing this up here?
Okay, here's another fun one. Gravious.
Gravious. I've heard people say Gravious.
Okay, up here people
and you know they're from out of, you're like, where are you from?
People up here go, Gravoy. You go
right,
Gravoy. I'm like, in Louisiana, we call that Gravois.
Gravois? Oh, y'all are really French.
Girl.
Oh, y'all are bougie.
Girl.
Gravois.
Gravois. Okay. So, like the first time I moved up here, I was like, and people are saying that word, I'm like, I don't know where that is.
Gravois. Okay. Okay, yeah.
But people here are a little crazy. Like, it's fine. There's lots of crazy names.
I know it is. It's hilarious. You'll have to come to St. Louis because we are very well known for the... I didn't make a turn, but why did the name of the road change 5 times?
I know. And like, how does it, you like see a road in like downtown St. Louis, you're like, oh, okay. And then like way west, like you're not even in, names. It's the same name. And you're like, if I get on this now, do you think I could end up at Busch Stadium? Do you think that's possible?
Technically, you could.
You could. It would take you 2 hours. You would probably like pass some people on bikes and like road work, and you'd go down to one lane.
You would.
But you could do it.
You could. It starts at the river.
Yeah.
And that's the 100 block. And as you go west, it gets larger. Okay, enough.
Okay, so
St. Louis
Park. Anyway.
The Strange Folk Festival.
Yes, Honey Girl Farms. She was there. So now, like, come full circle, Shanna, the dyer behind Honey Girl Farms, works at YarnCom every Friday. And, like, she has these bags. She also has her beautiful yarn. I have some up there. I'll have to take
We have to go. We just have to go to YarnCom.
Because
we talk about it so much.
Tour de YarnCom.
We're always talking about yarn. The shop.
I know. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's our bags. Okay.
I'm dying to know about this.
Okay. So I think I talked about this last time. I lived in Louisville for a while. And so I dragged my husband to Vogue Knitting Live.
Good.
I also dragged him to, there was a Kentucky Sheep and Wool Festival up near Lexington, Kentucky. And the way I got my husband to go is I was like, hey, there's some breweries up there we haven't explored. Like, if you'll just ride with me up there.
He is a connoisseur.
Oh, okay. Yes. So like, Kentucky's known for bourbon. We're not bourbon drinkers. Like, not for us. Love that man. Well, like, but we do not drink bourbon. Like, we're beer drinkers. That's just the way our life is. So anyway, I dragged him to the Kentucky Sheep and Wool Festival, which, I don't know, circa 2000, had to be 2014, probably before we moved. And they had this farm there, the Empty Pockets Alpaca Farm. And I bought 2 skeins. I bought this one, which is called Calvin and Marzipan. It is named after the 2 alpacas that it comes from. Like, and it has their pictures on there. How cute is that?
I guess that's Calvin, and Marzipan is the...
So it's like, it's a white and brown, twisted together. It's super warm, soft, halo-y. But this
What are
is
you
a,
gonna
it's a
make
sport
with it?
weight. Okay.
That's too much pressure on. I'm gonna make a cow.
So it's only 225 yards. And I bought one like this, and then I bought one that was like a black and that tan, and my husband picked out the black and tan. So I was like, well, obviously I have to make him something out of that.
A cow, I guess.
No, I made him a hat. That's that hat he
so
wears
you
all
can
the
make
time.
so you could do a hat.
I
You're
could.
going to do a matching hat.
No, I have not. So I knit him that like right away. Like I got home, wound it, and knit it for him. And he wears that hat. It is probably the warmest hat because I only had enough of this to really do the body of the hat. Like the doubled brim on the inside is some other like commercial alpaca I had that I just knit. And then on top, I didn't have enough to finish it. So I used like a brown. That man wears that hat when it's cold. Like when it's real cold, that's his warm hat.
Creative.
Yes. And I almost busted into this skein to do it, to finish it. And he's like, don't do that. I was like, okay. So I don't know. It's been living in my stash for almost 10 years. Oh, yeah.
That's some deep stash,
Girl, I know. And it's so beautiful. Like, look at that.
It feels wonderful.
And like, look, you can see all the little halo-ies. It's so fuzzy.
You like your halo-y?
I don't.
But you do.
But I do. So the whole mohair trend is just not for me. It's just not for me. Like, I think it's beautiful. I think people are doing some really beautiful things. It's just not for me. But that's the same with like the crop trend. It's just not for me. Like, and that's okay. We're all entitled to whatever we feel.
Everything
good
has
and
its
feel
day,
good on
right?
our body. Yes. So I don't know what this will be, but I just thought it needed some air, and it's deep stash.
It's deep stash.
So anyway, I don't even know if this farm is still around. I should probably Google that. I'll put that in the show notes.
It's deep stash.
Girl.
Okay, I need to find that cow.
Okay.
It's a brioche class.
Okay, so we're changing gears here. So our friend Tammy, yesterday, day before, I don't know, this one's in bed. I'm not in bed because I'm watching basketball. I'm real into the March Madness tournament. Not a basketball player. She's in bed. But
I woke up to a plethora
of texts.
I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta get caught up.
So YarnCom is offering a class called Brioche 101. And we have decided, well, Tammy was the one who was like, I think I want to take this. She's like, I want to learn how to do brioche. You know, I've tried a few times, but like, I just haven't sat down to do it. I learn better in a class anyway. I'm like, cool. I was like, I'm always down to learn something new. I don't have anything, like I'm not itching to make anything brioche wise, but like not opposed. And I like to learn new things. I like to take classes because I feel like you can always learn some sort of like tip or trick from the instructor that like could change your life. Like for instance, I took Laura Nelkin's beginner lace something class at Vogue Knitting Live a bunch of years ago. And I don't know, I learned two things from her that day that I will never forget. The first is the way a yarn over sits on your needle and why it matters. And the second is the I'll be right back trick.
Oh, I love that. I'll be right back.
When we're talking about like make one left, make one right,
it makes me so happy.
I sometimes I'm like, it increases. Make one stitch left, make one stitch right. If you want to make a right stitch, make one right. I'll be right back. You pick up from the back to the front, knit through the front.
Yep. And
you will never have to look that up in your stuff ever again, because you know what?
I'll be right back. I just love it. It makes
that
me
is
happy.
Worth the price of admission for that class. Like, it's worth it. I don't know how much that class cost me in 2015, 14, 15. Like, I don't know, $30, $40. Worth it. Worth every penny, because I never have to look that up again. And now whenever I make a yarn over, I'm like, is that a yarn over? Or is that like, did I just not move my yarn to make a purl? I can tell. And like another fun trick I got from I'm gonna save these. We'll talk about them next week. Favorite tricks I've learned in classes. Bam.
That'd be a good one. I don't take classes. So maybe I'll get to talk about
It's been a
this
while.
one.
You know, the pandemic really shut that down. So anyway, we're going to take Brioche 101 class at YarnCom. We're all excited.
It's Tuesday, March 28th. It's Brioche Knit 101 from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it is at YarnCom. And it is being taught by Ellen. Where did it go?
Knit How is her website. I think she's on Instagram. I don't know how active she is. Anyway, we're going to learn 2-color brioche. And she wants to have us do this cowl.
Okay, so I don't like brioche, but I'm thinking maybe I don't like it because I don't know how to do it.
Maybe we just don't know.
And then your mom was saying that, well, Tammy was saying that she's tried to look at it on the internet several times and she just can't pick it up. So she just was like, maybe I'll take this class. So they were talking about that the night before. I woke up, I was like, let me catch up. And so I'm like, oh, I'll take the class. So you're taking the class. And then your mom was like, okay, I'll take the class. So now we're all taking the class. So then it's a cowl, and I'm not keen on cowls, so I was trying to figure out, I paid for the class, I'm not sure I'm going to like brioche, so I was trying to figure out what could I use. And you said, well, you know, we're supposed to be stashing down. Maybe you could find something in stash. That is how we got here. So I pulled a couple of things, and of course, you know, I love my budget. Not only was it budget, okay, not only was it budget, it was clearance from Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee. I think I got it for $3.74. And I have some yellow and some pink. And I think Tammy was like, yes, I got some too. And it is 100% merino superwash. Now the question is, do you think that could pass as a light worsted?
Yeah, I think as long as you have, because it's calling for a 4mm or US size 6.
It feels pretty good on
I think
I could add some stitches maybe.
You could either add some stitches, you know, go down to the appropriate needle size. I just say like find a fabric you like.
So I think and wait, good thing I paid attention to the text, because then you all said, well, you know, for the homework, the prerequisite is you have to cast on and join in the round, and then I think you have to do.
I think you have to knit around.
Yeah. Right? And I will knit purl, and I was like, oh, I'm so happy I kept paying attention, because I would have shown up at class.
You would have got there early. You could have at least got cast on.
So then my other thing was I have some blue sky fibers in. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering why is yellow in here, because I'm not going to wear a cowl. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, could I knit it for my cousin? Her favorite color is yellow. So I'm like, I could do a yellow and a dark gray. I could do a yellow and a light gray. Or I could do a light gray and a dark gray.
It's woolstock worsted.
But this isn't it's
not as friendly. It's you know what though? It might wash nicely.
This one doesn't feel as good up against one's neck.
I know. The interesting thing is, this one is superwash merino wool. This one is fine Highland wool. So I'm gonna guess this one is not superwash. So
I had to
that's
put
probably
one of those labels in here.
Yeah.
Letting them know you better.
Well, okay. So it's non-superwash, but it's essentially, it looks the same. Like they both look like a two. Like I'll show you the light color so we don't get too crazy. Here's the this. Here's the this. You can see both of them look like a 2-ply, kind of twisted. This one's a little smoother because it's superwash. This one's not superwash, so it's going to be a little rougher. However, this stuff, like I bet you wash it and it would definitely soften up. And what else I mean, you could do something fun with this. You could do a really fun color work hat.
Okay, I'm gonna put the blue sky fire. Well, you know, I have several hat kits from Blue Sky Fibers.
I should have done it like this. Oh, that's another fun one. I should have pulled out. You brought me.
I think I still have 2 hat kits.
I know.
Every time I see that hat kit, I'd buy it. I'm like, I don't know why I love it.
Okay, talk about deep stash. Sorry for the crinkles. Yeah, this is it. This hat.
Yep.
Korey bought me this. The Skyline slouch. It's also wool stock worsted, and she bought me these cups. I won't take them out.
You can make a cowl out of that. You don't have to make a hat. You don't have to be all committed to the hat. You can do something different.
No, so I think it's funny you say that. I think, when I think about brioche, I think about like, there was that movement in the knitting world where
And Stephen West put it on every single shawl he did.
Where every pattern that was a shawl was brioche. But every brioche that I saw was a shawl.
But you know, I can't blame Stephen West because he always did. This would be a Stephen West color combination.
He'd probably put
out there.
He'd put something really like grounded in there too, like that gray, and then he'd like throw in there every now and then like silver.
Right.
Like sparkly silver. Like, he's so fun. I don't know, like, the immensity of those shawls, the time and yarn commitment
he
that
does
they require.
But, you know, he's not a little man, so I guess he's making them so he can wear them, right?
I feel that.
Right.
I am not a small person either. Like, I feel it.
And, you know.
But I'm just like, that's a lot of yarn and a lot of time for me.
A couple of people do Stephen West shawls. And sometimes the colors is like, oh my God, I can't, you know, it's too much color for me. But I've seen some people do Stephen West shawls.
In like lime green.
I don't mix
from
colors.
here to her belt.
I just do one color. But I've seen some people do his shawls in like shades of gray. And it's like,
stunning.
Right. You know, and I'm like, how did you even think to get 5 different shades of gray?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. But so the brioche thing. So like there's nothing really like calling my name.
I was just, what are you going to do?
I do. Okay. So there is, the Harlow hat by Andrea Mowry, and it's a 2-color brioche beanie.
She did.
She has a worsted version and like a fingering weight version. I think I would do the fingering weight version because the amount of fingering weight yarn that I think would play together nicely up there. Like, because I have some really fun, like I have a Zauber ball. Well, I have several Zauber balls that like kind of have that slow color change. And then like to put that with like a solid and use that. Like, I think it'd be fun to do that. I'm not into making another cowl right now for myself. So, I might do that. I've got, you know, we got 2 weeks-ish to decide. So the only thing is like it calls for me to do, keep going. One more. I would knit it longer so you could double the brim. She did that for one of the ones and she wore in an episode. Listen, I'm into it. I don't know what that is. But, I think I would do that over another cowl. But it calls for either a tubular cast on, 2-color tubular cast on, or a German twisted cast on. I know how to do a German twisted cast on. I'd have to look up the tubular one, but I want it to be.
I wonder if after doing this class, I want to be able to do a hat.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll just like start the hat, but like leave the brioche, like just cast it on, right? Knit the first round, the setup round, and then take that as like my thing.
Why should it look like a cone head? Is that how that's supposed to look?
No. You're so bad. Okay.
No, I was just wondering.
I'll put it.
I was just wondering. Okay. It's just cone headish. I'm just saying. See, people don't even know what the cone heads are. Don't you remember? No,
yes, I know what the cone heads are. They were on TGIF Friday night TV. I was not allowed to watch it.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay. So if you go ahead and pull it down and pull it up.
Well, like, I think you make it longer and then you can fold it up so it's like real, you get like that doubled, it'd be like quadrupled over your ears.
So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make this count. You help me decide. I'm going to go ahead and make it out of this. And then
you watch me struggle.
And then I'm going to come back around and make the Harlow worsted hat to go with it so my cousin can have a set.
Okay. You have more of that?
I have, well, this, it's only going to take about half of this for the cow, right?
I guess.
Didn't she say?
110 yards of each color is my assumption.
I got 215 yards.
Oh, yeah, you'll be fine.
I have more of this.
I think you'll be fine.
You know what? Just to make sure, I'm going to cast on with the yellow.
Okay.
Good call. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to wind that up. I'm so excited.
We'll do that next. Not on camera.
I'm so excited to wind. So you're gonna think about it.
I need to peruse.
You're gonna stash dive.
Yeah.
See, this is another problem that I have, that you have. You have a whole shelf being taken up by project bags. Do I need another project bag? Now,
okay, time out. Full time out. Does it bring you joy?
For the moment. And then our friend Tammy just showed another project bag design. She's like, ladies, I think I'm going to make one like this. And I'm like, really? I need that.
I know. Who's the first one to respond?
I'm like, oh, I need that.
Girl, I do. I have a decent amount of project bags, and I like mine, and I just use the same ones. And I just shove them down in my
when you're starting a project and you're matching up the project to the bag, it brings me great joy.
See, I don't do that.
Yes, you do.
No, I just pick ones I like.
We'll have to have a whole
I kind of look
bag
through, and I'm like, oh, I haven't used this one in a while. I like that one.
I will say this is the one that reoccurs most, and maybe because it's satiny on the inside, my yarn doesn't get caught. It's like silky. It flows out.
It's a good size because like you can have several skeins of yarn in there, plus like a project as it grows. Plus it's big enough to have the pattern in there. And like the only thing I wish it had, and this is only occasionally, I wish it had handles.
Yeah, I think she makes a shopping bag version of all of those.
Yeah, but then I want it to have a zipper. Like
right.
Okay. Minor rant. This bag is, super cute bag. It's a Bink waffle bag. Bink waffle, right? It's super fun. It has this big grommet, and you just throw it through there, and it's like a little loop, and like you can wear it on your wrist.
Like some needles might fall out.
Okay, you know, this is where I'm keeping those socks, right? And
you
remember,
stay at home so that you can find the needles in the hallway.
Last time that I was going to show these, I was like, I swear, I put the label in here. The label had come out of my bag into my purse. Plus, I keep my double points in here for whenever it's time for me to turn the heels and, you know, finish. And these have escaped several times, too. And these were a gift from a friend. And so these are the Signature Needle Arts size ones. I think they're like the 4.
You need another pair.
Girl, I only need one. These things could murder somebody. Do you see the tip on them? They are so sharp. When I'm knitting with them sometimes, I'm like, ee! But they're so cute. Look, she had them embroidered.
Don't you hate that? Yes. Don't you hate that when you do that?
She had them embroidered. Oh, is that right?
Whenever I do that, I always want to call the hospital and tell them, now you can come and get some blood.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Can you see that? You can't see that. Oh, yeah, you can. It says so much yarn.
Because you have
so much yarn, so little time. It's real.
You have so much yarn. So see, look, now I got to get my thing together for next.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see it go.
So, okay, we have to say this. You've made it to the end. Good job. If you enjoyed this and you'd like to keep up with our antics, we would love it if you liked,
Tammy keeps telling us Tammy keeps giving us the list. Now be sure to remind them to like, subscribe,
Comment.
share,
I would really like. It's really cool if like you just share us with somebody you think would enjoy listening to us ramble
about
knitting.
I
Anyway.
always think about that. You know, when I showed up to inspect somebody's car, and I remember the man, he came out and he says, "Are you going to make the decision on the liability?" And I said, "No, I don't do that. I just look at the cars." "Okay, I won't bother waffling on."
You're like, okay. Thanks.
I was like, thank you. I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
If you like hearing us waffle on about yarn and knitting adjacent things, then we'll talk about that next time.
Yes. Okay. Last thing. Leave a comment about, what did we say?
I forgot already. We needed for them to tell us something real important. It was real important.
Keeping moths out of your knits while you store them. Or like what your process is before you put your knits up. Or crocheted. Any yarny goodness items that you put away for a season or two. Let us know how you do that. We would love to know.
We would love to know.
Yeah. Also, if you have any thoughts about like a brioche pattern that you think we would enjoy.
Not too complicated.
Not too complicated. Not too involved.
I
just want enough to get like I want enough to like get my
I'm gonna try that Harlow hat in worsted. Let me write it down.
Harlow worsted. I think I'm gonna do the regular one. Like I said, I have a lot of that stuff.
You know, I've been socking my way through.
I know. I do. So I did wash all my socks this week. Well, all the ones I've been wearing. I washed 7 pairs. They took off most of the table. Molly comes out. She's like, "Mama socks?" My husband, evil, goes, "Oh, do you want Mom to knit you some socks?" I'm like,
what is he talking about? You barely knit him some. He shouldn't be volunteering you. And little people, they grow out of them way too fast.
So fast.
Does he know that?
I just wanted to be like, okay, whenever she can walk around in our home has 0 carpet. 0. It is all wood flooring, and there's like tile in the kitchen and the baths, whatever. Okay, there's 2 places where carpet live. In this sunroom back here, which that will not be here much longer, that needs to go, that carpet. And then on the stairs to the basement, that's carpeted. I have some rugs, but like, okay, all this to be said, my 2-year-old, like, running down the hall in regular socks is guaranteed to fall. Guaranteed.
I can't believe he did that.
I know. So I'm like, okay, I can knit her some tube socks, because we all know by the time I finish knitting her regular socks, they won't fit her feet anymore because she'll have grown, and it takes me forever. So anyway.
When you do the tube socks, let me know. I'm going to try and do some.
Yeah.
I think you gave me a pattern.
Yeah, I have the Knitmore Girls, Genevieve's tube socks. I think I paid for that
it's
a
so
while
funny.
ago.
I thought about her. That's her name.
Genevieve,
I thought about her when we were talking about something on text, and I said, wait, we'll talk about it later on the podcast, because her and her mother have to try to strategically not talk about their knits so that they could talk about it on the podcast.
Yes, Jasmine and Gigi. I know. It's
Is
so
that funny?
fun. Yes.
That is so funny.
Okay, now we're officially rambling.
Okay, we're done.
All right. Until next time, like, subscribe, share, comment. Oh, I will start a Ravelry group for this week. We are on Instagram, same handle. The handle's the same as our podcast name, KnittinJenna and theCrazyCatLady.
We are getting
You can also reach us at KnittinJenna and theCrazyCatLady @gmail.com. I am KnittinJenna on Ravelry. She is Korhay.
You can go out there and look. I don't update anything, but feel free to look.
You can look at her pre.
I'm gonna update one day.
When she does, first person to notice and you comment that she's updated something in Ravelry,
let us know.
We will send you a prize. I don't know what that prize is.
I have to put
it won't be deep stash.
That's so funny. Oh, I got Jimmy's birthday right there.
Oh, girl, yeah.
Okay, I gotta remember this year.
Okay. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
You have to say
Bye. Wait, I'm working on my little... Bye.